Hello, welcome back to my channel, The Health Gospel. This is our channel, is a channel where we come in and rub minds together. And today's topic is quite interesting. It is 10 things, 10 health conditions that run in the family and that can cause death in the family, and people call it generational cause because people are dying in my family. This can be generational cause. So we are going to deal with 10 conditions, 10 health conditions that can actually run in the family and kill people from generation to generation without you knowing. We want you to know. I want you to live long. I want you to know that thing. I don't want you to be scammed by anybody telling you that it's generational cause. It's somebody in your family that is causing people to die. No, it could be there is a condition, a health condition running in your family. So let's go straight to number one. What is that number one condition? It is a condition that is simple enough. I will make it simple, that you have high cholesterol level, which is inherited. You inherit it as an abnormality in your gene. So your body is producing high cholesterol, runs in the body, and you develop as you grow older towards the age of 40 to 50 as a male, or up to the age of 60 as a female, you can develop a heart attack and die. You can have a myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack and die. You can have a cardiac arrest where your heart stops beating because the fat can throw a thrombus, like a tiny clot that block the blood vessel that carry blood to your heart, and you can die because of high level of fat. And when you die, your brother comes to that age and die, your sister comes to a certain age and die, they begin to say there is something in your family which is killing people. It could just be that none of you have ever checked your cholesterol level. None of you have ever checked it, and no, my cholesterol is so high. Why is it high? Oh, my brother had high cholesterol and died. So that means there is something running in the family. You can see. So if you have high cholesterol running in the family as a genetic condition, you need to check it out. You need to know, instead of blaming it on somebody in the family that is causing your death. Number two, cardiac conditions. There are lots of cardiac conditions that run in the family. Cardiomyopathies, the abnormalities of the heart muscles, and this can lead to death without you knowing. So people die. People actually die at young age because of this. So heart muscle disease is one of the inherited disorders that can kill in your family. It is an abnormality in the gene and is passed down from generation to generation. So you can actually die from it. Number three, we're looking at sudden arrhythmic conditions, things that cause a sudden abnormal heart rhythm, and people go into dangerous heart rhythm. So your heart is supposed to beat normally, regularly, lop, dub, lop, dub, but that's a normal rhythm. We have abnormal rhythm, things like atrial fibrillation, things like ventricular tachycardia or arrhythmias, different forms of arrhythmias, ventricular fibrillation, and some of these abnormal heart rhythms are not compatible to life. So when you go into this rhythm, you can have a cardiac arrest and die. A cardiac arrest kills. So even in the best hospital, some people don't survive it. So you die, and then somebody else comes up, your brother dies, or next generation, your child dies from the same condition, and you haven't pondered or wondered or paused to find out what's going on here. Let's do an autopsy. Let's find out what is happening. We do not find out what is happening. The fourth one is sudden adult death syndrome. Sudden death syndrome in adults, sudden death syndrome in adults. We can have it in young people. So they die sudden, and also it could be due to the abnormal rhythms in the heart, that they die. That's number four. We move on to number five, diabetes. Do you know that type 1 diabetes runs in the family? And because a lot of people are praying it away, you are wishing it away, you are sowing seed and pushing it away. There's a pastor, a prophet somewhere telling you that if you pay this money, these things will be wished away, you will wash it away, you go on the mountain to pray it away. There is that change, that abnormality in your gene. Your gene is what makes up you, who you are. So no matter what you pray, if you have type 1 diabetes, you are going to die if you don't take medication. And do not tempt God and don't box God. Don't put him in a box. If you have type 1 diabetes, your body cannot produce insulin. You need external insulin to do the work. And I'm going to do a video on type 1 diabetes and its complications. So if you're not going to die of high blood pressure, you will die of a complication from this diabetes, and so will the next person, because you don't take it serious. You don't know that this thing can kill, and it runs in the family. So you are not taking your medication. You are busy running after men of God, paying so much money you would have used to take medication. You are paying all this money to some men of God who will not help you. I tell you the truth now, they will not help you. If you have diabetes type 1, you need to be on medication. And you need to start taking those medication. You need to discover, how can I help myself? How can I protect myself and my family? Number 6 is type 2 diabetes. People say it's a lifestyle associated diabetes. I believe it. It's a lifestyle associated diabetes, but there is a family relation. It can run in the family. If you get older, you can actually have type 2 diabetes. If your mother had or your father had type 2 diabetes, you can actually have it. So it can also run in the family. So if you know that your grandfather had it, your mother had it, how would you know? By doing autopsy. When somebody dies young in your family, you need to do autopsy. You need to find out why. Stop looking for who is killing people. Start looking for, why are these people dying? Is there a condition, a health condition I need to know? So then you can protect yourself. Because how do you protect yourself? By lifestyle changes. So you have to exercise, you have to eat good diet, because at the back of your mind, you know that this illness is run in your family. That is number 6. Number 7, we're going into what we call cancers. Different cancers run in the family. Why would your grandfather die of prostate cancer? Your grandmother died of bowel cancer. Your mother died of breast cancer, and you're still sitting still. And all you do is moving from one prayer house to another. You have not gone to church and say, what can I do to protect myself? And be alert that this thing runs in the family and people are dying from it. You are praying hard. Prayer without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. You have to activate your faith the same way you activate the action. The action is actually going to find out, what can I do to protect myself and my family? What can I do to protect myself if it is there's cancer running in my family? What are the things I need to do or look out for, so that you quickly know what to do, so that you protect yourself? That is cancer. That is number 8. So we move on to number 9, things like dementia. So somebody gets a bit older and has dementia in your family, which is a complex memory problem. Most of you know what dementia is. Did you know that some of the forms of dementia runs in the family, like Alzheimer's dementia? Alzheimer's dementia runs in the family. So they said, oh, this family, they always confess and die. And this one, they will just start behaving funny and die. And that even younger people can have it. These are things that run in the family and you don't know it. You don't put your mind in it. You don't know it. And the most important one I want to talk about is blood clots. Blood clot it can be inherited. It can be an inherited condition that in your family, people are prone to blood clots. It is an abnormality and there is nothing you or me can do about it. If God wants to heal us, he will heal us without making noise, without us running around. God is not in places. It's in you. It's in me. And if we call on him, he's our father, he will answer us. So you don't run into places and seeking solution in places they are not there. They will just take your money. So blood clot is the last condition I will talk about today that runs in the family and can kill. So those untimely death you call generational cause, there might be one of these causes that are running in your family that you need to stop by going for checkup, doing a medical examination, and finding out what is my blood pressure like, what is my cholesterol level like, where am I at in terms of cancer, where am I at in terms of my kidney failure. So ways of protecting ourselves is number one, finding out what, not finding out why, not what. Finding out why are these things happening, not what and who. Who is doing this? Who is behind this? Who is killing my people? Look for why are they dying? Open up your mind. Look for solution. Find out those things. Do we have diabetes running in the family? Is there blood clot problem? Is there high cholesterol problem in our family? Do we have heart problems, heart condition? Do we have a heart attack early in our family? How do I protect myself? Is there cancer running in our family? I need to know. You need to know your family medical tree. You need to know what killed your great grandfather, what killed your father. Ask questions. If you don't understand the history, go and sit with a health personnel that can tell you what those symptoms mean and what it can mean for you. And then if you know this information, it will guide you in your life to move ahead, to prevent. That is you breaking the curse. You see, you don't need a prophet. You don't need family deliverance. You don't need to go to the village with one prophet and you'll be praying and jumping about. You only need to know your family medical history. And then you sit with the medical personnel and say, how do I protect myself going forward? That is your generational curse broken because you've gained knowledge. And because you've gained knowledge, you are empowered to protect yourself. So this is the end of the video on the 10 causes, 10 things that can cause people to die in your family. And we blame it on generational cause, or we blame it on that old woman in the village. This is the end of this video. Please subscribe and like our channel because we will bring you more videos on those lines on the health gospel. I am Dr. Idee Charles and see you next time.